Let's go. Gonna be a goated stream.
Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Are you all ready? We're going to be hanging out with Mel McMurrin today.
Hey, it's good to be here, Nick.
It's good to
Thanks for
have you, my
inviting me.
man.
And thanks to all the fans showing up. This is great. I talk to you guys individually, but it's great to see a bunch in the house.
very different, right? Seeing people live, getting that live feedback back and forth.
It is. I've done a few live streams. I do a lot of webinars, not as Calypso or even my voiceover self. So it's very cool. I will try to keep up with the chat, guys.
It's going to be a little overwhelming, I will admit.
Okay, nice. Congrats on your very successful stream.
Thank you. Yeah, literally, I have to thank you and everybody that's made these games, because without Twisted Metal, I wouldn't be here doing this right now.
Very cool. So fire away, and I'll fire some questions to you too, because in fact, let's start. We talked about this a little bit before we got rolling, but
yeah,
I'm curious how you came to Twisted Metal. I thought that was a great story. You may be one of my youngest fans ever, although there's new fans that weren't around, but you're probably one of the younger fans in the day. So remind me how you got started.
That's awesome. Yeah, it seems like in our community, 30 years old to like 40 range is kind of the most common I've found. But there are some younger people for sure, like early 20s, even younger than that, which is awesome. But yeah, I got into Twisted Metal back in the very first one that came out. But I was only like 1 year old when the first game launched in 95. So by the time I was old enough to play it, I was about 5 years old. And my mom brought me to this game store, held up 2 games in front of me, and she said, "You get one or the other. You can't have both." And one of them was it was Twisted Metal 1, and the other one was, I think, Croc, I want to say. And I guess I just ended up liking the look of the cover of Twisted Metal 1 more than Croc, and I guess the rest is history there. I just every year kept asking for the newest one.
Got it.
Yeah.
So you got reading practice, because there was no audio voice in that one, which I thought was a shame.
Yeah, it was all just the text-based endings. Yeah.
Right, because that guy did a great job. Have you heard those?
I have.
Because they did shoot those.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure I based my Calypso off his, because when I listen to it, I go, "Oh yeah, that I can hear it in there." I think they said in the audition, a combination of Vincent Price and Frankenfurter from Rocky Horror.
Oh wow, okay. I can definitely hear that. Yeah.
So that's where Calypso came about.
That's so cool.
You didn't know if you could trust him. You didn't know where he was going next. There will be no survivors. I promise you that.
Classic quotes.
I'm not quite there yet, though. So.
Well, it sounds good to me. I mean, that was perfect already.
Okay. No, somebody just said he's got a deeper voice. Yeah. Yeah. Somebody said, "Did you play the Elder God? Because my voice is often naturally down here."
Yeah.
And how's the level? Somebody did say I was too soft compared to you, so I boosted it. So
is he good? Everybody is he loud enough?
I'm on the red of my Focusrite, and if I come into my microphone, see, I'm going to be in
really
your face. Well, I'm also in your face on the webcam. Yeah. And is the webcam's live on YouTube?
Yes.
Somewhere?
Yep. They can see you.
Okay,
they can
cool.
see me. They can hear us both together. Yeah. Everybody's saying you sound great, and then Ono says deep fried audio because you got too close to the mic.
Okay, so I won't sneak in because I am in the red, and my little box is letting me go there.
Yeah.
Okay,
but you sound good now.
So I got my question in.
Yeah.
Go ahead and fire away.
All right.
I'll have more questions because I want to know how you started the Federation and how you got so many viewers.
Oh yeah, I'll answer all that. That's no problem at all. As for the first question though, I had for you, it's just what's your origin story? Like, what got you into voice acting in the first place for video games?
My 4th grade teacher, who became my 6th grade teacher, Sandra Henry.
Wow,
Mrs. Henry, if you're out there. And I think she is. I've got friends back in Ann Arbor, Michigan, which is where I grew up. She was an awesome teacher, and we had completed an assignment. And me and my best friend, Michael Jacobs, were given a reel-to-reel tape recorder and told to go record The Invisible Man.
Oh,
And so we had, because we had read that in one of our readers, but it was more like a radio script.
sure.
And there were a few other characters. Was it Christine? I think there were 3 or 4. And Rhonda, Christine and Rhonda, I think, played the, or was it Martha? I can't remember. Anyway, there were other parts, and we did a radio play. And we spent like an hour or two every day for a week or two. I don't remember. I think I played the Invisible Man. No, I think I was the narrator. Can't remember, but me and Michael, my best friend, were going back and forth, and we were both into comics. He got me into comic books, so it was like comic books coming to life, which is basically what voiceover kind of is, and what
Right.
Calypso definitely is, because that TM2 was basically
A comic
comic
book.
book style.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you've seen those old Marvel cartoons
Mm-hmm.
where they look like flash videos. They were just cutouts from the comic book, and Thor would move like this. They would just take the cutout and move it. That was our experience. We were big Marvel fans. You'd get beat up in my neighborhood if you read DC. And that changed. In fact, I found out all my comic friends were secretly reading DC. They had a secret stash
Oh no.
of elder gods, or no. Jack Kirby had a comic. Anyway, so I'll say comics, and my 4th grade teacher got me into it. Then I was a singer, so in fact, I started singing at 2. My uncle was a big conductor, conducted the Kiev Symphony, and he would sit me on the piano and have me give concerts to his high school students. He was a high school choral conductor as well,
Wow.
and sang in churches, and then started doing bands. I studied opera in college, and then was doing bands. So I consider myself more a singer. So acting was kind of a sidelight.
Sure. Sure.
I liked acting, but I thought I was a singer. I was a ham. I discovered that when I was 5. I did a magic show for my parents.
At
And,
5?
At 5.
Wow.
I read some book from the library, and man, I'm loving all the chats coming up. Thanks for subscribing to my YouTube. I'll try to make it more active, everybody, and try to make serious pipes. Let Calypso take over that. I've used it for all kinds of stuff. Anyway, this magic show seriously went south. Like, I had a banana that was cut in thirds using a little needle and thread.
Yeah.
And so that when you opened it, it'd be cut in thirds. And then I pimped the audience somehow, who are just my mom and dad and sisters, to choose the number 3 somehow. And then you'd open it up and it was cut into 3. Well, I couldn't get the banana unpeeled.
Oh,
And by the time
no.
I got it unpeeled, it was kind of squished. And my mom was on the floor. In fact, I think she said she peed her pants.
Oh, no.
Because I realized, it's not the trick, it's the hamming it up
Yeah.
is making this show. And
Yeah.
so I hammed up the rest of the show. I screwed up all the tricks. And then in high school, I was about to graduate, spring senior year, all these cute freshman girls came in and said, "Hey, we need actors, and there's nobody auditioning for the show." And they grabbed us by the hand. Me and 3 guys were in the library, made us come over to the drama department, auditioned, and we did Woody Allen's "Don't Drink the Water." All 3 of us got cast,
Wow.
and I was playing a priest who is secretly a magician. And so I'm doing my magic show again and screwing up. I was like putting a sword through a dove. I had a live dove on stage, and the trick was, shoving the sword through the dove, who's safe. But the sword bent and got stuck, and so I improvised all these lines. All I remember was "tough little bugger," as if I'm actually cutting the dove. And the audience was on the floor again. And I said, this is very cool.
Yeah.
So even though, well, so I combined that by going to opera school, singing and acting. And so that was the start, a bunch of shows. And then I got thrown to the wild, crazy world, of professional acting where you have 5 jobs. I was waiting tables, doing singing telegrams.
Wow.
I was a morning disc jockey on a little 10,000 watt AM station. What was the 5th? I had 5 jobs, I remember. Oh, I was a choir conductor.
Wow. Never boring.
And
never a boring day.
in a wedding band, in a cover band. So don't let your kids grow up to become actors. You got to have 5 jobs. And eventually moved to the Bay Area, and games were just starting to come up. And I remember back in the day, I told some actors, I got this casting agent for video games, because we all had agents for commercials and things.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, video games? That's kind of slumming it. Like, they look down on that. It's bigger than movies now, of course.
Yeah. How far have they come? That's crazy.
Yeah, some actors thumb their noses. You're like, you're doing video games?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think it was that casting director that got the audition at Sony, and I remember sitting there and going, "Oh, yeah, this fits." Because sometimes, as an actor, you end up auditioning for all kinds of stuff, and most of it you're going,
Yeah.
I wouldn't cast me. Why would they cast me? But yeah, the villain thing. I played a lot of villains on stage, and having the low voice and all the bass roles in opera are fathers or kings or villains. So, spara fucile. A little opera quote, a role I've never done, but let me see. What's the chat saying?
I see Vincent in there. Do you know Vincent Jamal?
Vince is my brother.
Hey!
Shout out to Vince, who's got a YouTube channel. And shout out to my niece Monet, who's just had a little baby. Shout out to Kai. In fact, he's got a little bit of a Calypso name. My new grandnephew is Mordecai.
That is a super cool name.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, I love that.
Be Kai for short. I got the message yesterday, so I'm really an opera of twisted metal. Cool idea. Yeah. I was thinking of singing over some of the Rob Zombie stuff. By the way, I'm still in the red, and I'm getting excited. Let me know if I'm peaking or distorting.
You sound great, honestly. Yeah, I haven't had any peaking or any issues here.
Okay, cool. I'm glad my Focusrite works like an old analog needle monitor where we could peg it, a little bit, and you knew you were safe.
Yeah.
So, okay, how is Double Dandy chatting in both chats?
Double Dandy.
Double Dandy, share your secret, man.
Well, so a lot of the people I've noticed in this community, they like to open up both YouTube and Twitch like on separate tabs, and they just kind of they bounce between them.
Oh, they're doing double duty.
Yes, yeah, they're very nice and kind for doing that. They don't have to, but
okay. And if you don't mind, I'll take a question because I just saw Merkel, Mr. Kel 90. Favorite thing to say as Calypso? Well, laughing, of course. Just, I promise you that. There will be no survivors. I promise you that. Yeah, I think I used the lower range for that one little note.
Growing up, Mel has been fantastic. Love to see Mel getting props here. Thank you, Nick. New sub. Vincent, thank you, of course, for being here. And thank Mel for being here.
Yeah.
My next question, I remember you actually sent it to me earlier yesterday. You asked me about the bungee jumping cows, and I'm genuinely really curious about what this is.
Cool.
Yeah, what is that?
Okay. Well, yeah. One of those 5 or 8 jobs I had when I was living in the Bay Area was producing. In fact, this is always good for a singer or actor. It's always great to hit a genre where, regardless of the notoriety, you know you're the best at it. So, the bungee jumping cows, I met, we say two teachers and two actor musicians met at the Lawrence Hall of Science, which is a museum, a big teaching think tank in Berkeley, at the top of the hill above UC Berkeley.
Hmm. Okay.
And we would get together after work, and my friend Kevin had written a bunch of songs that had 23 verses and taught lots of science. And Lynn, a female singer, was a wedding band singer. They were running through these songs and realized they needed to get some musicians. So I was a keyboard, guitarist, bass player, and Pete was a guitar player. So we get together after work and work on these songs. You can find them all on YouTube. So
Oh,
you
cool.
can search Bungee Jumping Cows live show. You can see one of our bigger shows. Would usually play schools, but occasionally we'd play big auditoriums. So we got one of our big stage shows. And it's the best science music in the world. I'll say that without reservation.
Cool.
It teaches science, but it tells stories. And yeah, we opened for Bill Nye the Science Guy.
No way.
That was yeah, that was one of our bigger gigs. And we played music festivals, Live Oak Festival, Southern California, mostly California, Strawberry Music Festival. We go out and then we added Nelson and Big Larry, so we became a six-piece.
Wow.
And, haven't gigged in a number of years, but check it out on YouTube. You'll hear some of Calypso probably. Well, that used to be cool because we'd go into schools back in the 90s when the game was big.
Oh, yeah.
And so everybody would get a little introduction in one of our songs.
Oh, that's so cool. Did you
And
ever
they'd
get
say,
anybody
and
in
the
the
voice of
audience?
Twisted Metal too.
I know him.
Oh, yeah. No, when we were packing up our equipment, there'd always be 3 or 4 guys shaking with their little piece of paper. Going, Mr. Calypso, would you sign my paper, please? So that was very cool.
That would have been me.
And then they grew up and started the Federation on Discord and all kinds of cool stuff. And thanks for fans. I see Angel here.
Mm-hmm.
She checks in regularly. I don't know if Jared's here, but I'm going to forget people because, yeah, I really appreciate everybody keeping it alive because we know it was decades ago.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, when I put together,
it is
it wasn't just me. It was I had the idea and I reached out to some other creators that were making twist metal content at the time, and we came together to create this Discord channel to basically just be a hub for fans of the series. And we knew that the television show was coming out at that time, and we were like, well, maybe this will bring in new fans. And it really has, and it catapulted, and a lot of people, way more than I ever expected, ended up joining, and it's been awesome. And it still blows my mind to this day, because growing up all through my adolescence into adulthood, I didn't know anybody in person that knew of Twisted Metal except for my brother. And so I always kind of thought it was a really underground thing, like no one really cared about it. And it wasn't until these past like 5 years that I've really met a lot of people online and see that there is a big community of people who still love these games and still hoping for a new one. And hopefully we'll get that.
me too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, let's all write Sony.
Yes. Sony, please
I
listen.
sometimes sign off as the OC, the original Calypso, though I'm not the original Calypso. And he was damn good. I'd love to talk to him. In fact, if you could get 3 Calypsos together, that would be a cool.
That would be
interview. I got
super
a
cool.
call-
Yeah.
I got a call from a guy once, and it was probably a fan, but he was like, I just want you to know, with these new games coming out, I really respect what you did. Something like that.
Yeah.
And I hung up the phone. You know, he called me on the phone.
Oh.
I'm like, went and checked, and it's like, oh, there's a new game coming out. Oh, there's another Calypso. I'm like, did that guy call me? So
Oh, it was the actor who played Calypso
no,
in the.
it's my theory that was
Oh,
what ran through my mind because the
yeah,
call
yeah.
was weird. It was like, but it could have been a fan.
Sure, sure.
But he was serious. So, but I did have a serious effect on many childhoods. So it very well could have been a fan.
You did, and every single person here right now is a huge fan of your work, and they're thankful that you took the time out of your busy schedule to come here and hang out with us. Because if you guys didn't know, right now Mel is on I can't remember. Did you say you're on is it a work vacation thing, or you're not home right now?
That's the thing. Yeah. See, I'm freelancing these days. So yeah, I went corporate for a few years or decades, and so I'm freelancing again the last 3-4 years. So my vacations are always working vacations. So I'm spending 2 months in Australia every year. And shout out to any Australian fans. They're great.
Oh, yeah.
I've met a few in Australia, and they've outfitted me with cool Collingwood Magpie outfits. I'm a big Australian rules football fan.
Cool.
But right now I'm on the Mendocino coast. So
Okay.
I'm escaping 95-degree heat for 65-degree coolness.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
Humidity.
It's been so hot over on the East Coast. It's been unbearable.
Yeah, sorry, you guys. I've heard where I live is going to become more and more cool and humid because all the heat, as the planet heats up, is sucking the ocean air towards me. But that means the middle of the country is going to have these heat domes.
Yep. Yeah.
So when you guys are baking, we're probably getting more ocean fog reaching us. So
Right. I'll have to take a
well, but we
vacation over to the West
suffered
Coast.
do, but we paid for it because where I live is forest fire central, but
Yeah.
it's turning more humid. So
Well, that's good. Yeah, because I
it's
know
getting
that
better.
that stuff is very scary. I have a few friends that live over on the West Coast, and yeah, during the wildfires recently, it was very unfortunate for how many people lost their properties, and sadly some lives. It's horrific. Yeah.
It is, yeah. I started a radio network. I've been a ham radio operator and started a GMRS warning network and have about 300 people
Wow.
plus. So we warn people because we do get telephone warnings, but
Hmm.
they're always late and they're getting better. But back in the day, 2015, my house burned down.
Oh,
And
I'm sorry.
we got zero warning. So I was like, there's got to be a better way.
Yeah.
So yeah, I use my radio voice, not on broadcast, but warning people about fires. Kind of ironic. Calypso would probably let everything burn.
Well, it just goes to show you got a kind heart, and you've been through that tragedy, so you want to make sure that doesn't happen to anybody else. That's awesome.
It's funny, most of the villain actors I know are nice people.
Yeah.
It's
Isn't that funny?
It's the heroes and heroines that you got to watch out for.
That's true. Oh man. All right. Let's get into my next question here so we don't get too
Cool.
sidetracked. Were you personally a fan of Twisted Metal 1 before you got the role of Calypso? Did you hear about the game before then?
No, man, I was an actor. We looked down on video games.
Understandable.
No, I played very little games. So no, in fact, I still play very little games. I watch games. I watch Twitch a lot. In fact, No Man's Sky is what
Oh
I
yeah.
gravitate towards these days. Because I video edit mostly in my freelance career, so my eyes need a break. So I try to look out the window at the mountains, but sometimes I just need a Twitch stream over 5 feet away. So I'll just check in and say, oh, cool, he's on a new planet.
That's cool.
So playing games, no. I went from asteroids to the next video game I got into. Well, no, I did. That's right. I lived with a guy who had a teenage son back in the What's the game where a radioactive lab has changed everything? It's a
Ooh.
first-person shooter. And
It's
you
not
go
Fallout,
down
is
in
it?
the labyrinth. It's not Fallout.
No.
They use the engine to play Team Fortress, which they may use
Oh, Half-Life?
Half-Life.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Half-Life. I got set up. He goes, "Here's how you do it." He gave me the disc. I installed on my computer. He said, "Get your pizza here on the left. Get your big 64 ounces or maybe a whole pitcher of water here because you're not going to be able to move." So from like 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. in the morning, I'm just glued on Half-Life.
Oh, yeah.
And I played it for 2 weekends and I uninstalled it. I said, "Man, I can't do this. I can't do this. Too addictive."
Yeah, they can be.
So,
Yeah, very, very addictive. Mm-hmm.
so the next game I got into was Rocksmith because the controller is a real guitar or real
Yeah.
bass.
Yeah.
So I think that's about the only game. I play Duolingo, but anybody who does Duolingo knows it sucks and it's addictive. But
Yeah.
yeah, I love languages.
That's cool. I've heard a lot of good things about Rocksmith, and like a lot of musicians, of course, very much hyped it up because I was a huge Guitar Hero fan and like rock band fan.
Right.
But obviously those games, they might teach you rhythm, but they don't teach you actual like instruments, or how to read music
Right.
properly. So
I know. In fact, yeah, I think maybe it was the same guy had a controller for Guitar Hero,
Mhm.
or no, I think it was my nephew, and he was really good. And I'm like, what a shame, you could be playing the guitar.
That's what my dad said too. And he was like, "Man, you're really good at this
Yeah.
game, but you're not playing real guitar." So
That's right. Right.
yeah.
So yeah, dig up. I bet you can get Rocksmith 2014 for pennies.
Oh yeah, I know there's a lot of people to this day that have built mods and stuff for the PC version.
Oh,
I know there was
so
a guy who
your
like
own
connected
songs.
and they like connected his real guitar to it, and it's pretty cool.
Now I got to get back into it. Yeah, that was dangerous. I think I stopped because I put my back out because I got this heavy bass.
Oh no.
And you play bass for 3 hours glued to the computer screen,
Oh yeah.
and your body suffers in a different way.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did not know Twisted Metal 1 at all. So I was just basing it off Boris Karloff and Frankenfurter, and shout out to Buzz Burroughs, who was the director.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Buzz
'Cause
Burroughs. Mhm.
he really sculpted the voice, and I think he's a musician because there's a lot of voiceover that is kind of musical.
Yeah.
So I think it helps being a musician
Right. Right.
to
And
be able to kind of sculpt and sing the lines.
I believe I remember Jim Buck said in Twist Metal 3, they named one of the characters Outlaw Buzz based off him, which I thought was pretty cool.
Oh, cool! I
Mhm.
did not know that.
Yeah.
Ah, cool.
Um.
Very cool.
So yeah. So
So
didn't.
no, I played it. I played it a little bit in the lobby at Sony, I think, and I was terrible at it.
It's okay. We all are.
Yeah. It's like, man, nobody's gonna get to hear the movies. This is sad.
It's it's tough.
Did all this work and nobody's even gonna hear me.
Except for the intro. At least they did have the intro movie, so you could hear yourself even if they
That's
didn't.
true.
Yeah, if they didn't beat it.
True.
And out of curiosity, speaking of that first audition with Twist Metal 2, like, what was that like working with Sony and working with Buzz to do the audition for Calypso?
I loved it. I mean, in fact, Buzz, when I came back, I hope I'm not telling on him, but he suggested I up my rate when I came back.
Oh, okay.
He's like,
He was looking out for you.
it's like, oh, he was, because and we
Yeah.
didn't know back in the day, and I don't think the rate was even negotiable necessarily. So that's why, yeah, back in the day, people looked down on us like, oh, you're doing video games. That's slumming it. No more. So, yeah, and I met David briefly,
Okay.
and I could tell he was a revered guy. Because I think I came back and I did pickups. So I probably had one or two big sessions for the first game. And my memory is I came back a third time for just some pickups or changes.
Okay.
And I think I got a VCR tape of the movies.
Nice.
I had a VCR tape back in the day of the movies, but I didn't even have something to play it on. I don't think I played it.
Didn't have a
for year or
VCR.
two.
Oh no.
Didn't have a VCR. No, thank God for YouTube.
Yeah, because they're all on there now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want.
So when I put together a demo and had to include it,
Mhm.
it wasn't until YouTube that I actually got it on a demo, I think. Maybe I had it. Yeah, I must have had it back in the audio cassette days.
Wow. And that's quite a gap of time because yeah, TM2 came out was at 97, 96, and then
96, yeah.
it wasn't until
So
2006 really that YouTube had that kind of stuff on it.
yeah, yeah. So I probably made a cassette. Maybe I didn't. Um, yeah, because that's the other thing. You never know what people are going to want to hear.
Right.
And so I struggled for years trying to get the real guy voice. Took me decades to learn to sound like a real guy and not some comic book character.
Sure, sure. And I'm assuming you don't have that VHS anymore, those original endings?
Uh,
No?
no, but they were, I mean, it was basically what you would see on YouTube.
Yeah.
I don't know that anything was different. I also think I saw a stack of the comic books. Because it was in I met David in like a warehouse. It was just like, hey, how's
Okay.
it going? Hey, good to meet you.
A warehouse.
Yeah. So it was Twisted Metal 2 that had the comic.
Yes. Yeah, I had that like
Yeah.
separate. It's very rare. I guess it only had like 200 copies or something
know.
made. Yeah.
That's right. I think I saw a stack or a box. Maybe it was a box with the cover
Wow.
taped on the front. Because yeah, as a comic book guy,
That's
that
huge.
I was like, man, I should have asked for one of those.
Right. And what's cool though is a lot of people don't realize you actually did a voiceover for the online comic. Like someone took the comic book and they
Jared.
yeah.
I wonder if Jared's here. But yeah, if you guys haven't seen that, we should
It's
get a link.
super cool. Yeah.
He did an excellent job. I was very impressed, and it was very fun to resurrect the character in a major way. And yeah, he did
Right.
great sound.
And
sound
without that
effects,
video, a
and-
lot of us, including myself, wouldn't have ever known of the comic because like there's no way to really get it unless you go on eBay. I think
That's
some
true.
people are selling it, but they want like $1,000. So it's like, I would like that, but yeah,
Right, and the price is going to go up tomorrow now, so
probably. Yeah. Everyone's going to want it.
everybody's going to be clamoring.
My next question on here is what was your favorite aspect of playing the character of Calypso?
I guess getting to ham it up because I am a character actor.
Sure.
I've always played somewhat exaggerated characters and villains. So the fact that it was in my wheelhouse, I didn't have to stretch to do something that I didn't feel good about. You know, when you have that feeling, you go, this is working. This is going to be good.
Yeah.
And that I could rely on Buzz to go, yep, you're in the pocket, he might have even said. So I think he was a musician. 'Cause he would let me know. No, you've lost it. No, you're in there. Okay. So yeah, and I'd done villains before, so it just when it's a perfect match, you go, yep, this is working. So I didn't know that it would be big. I didn't, video games could be anything. They could have 100 fans or
Yeah.
10 million. You really didn't know, and you don't know.
Right. Yeah, video
Like one of
games
the
back in
cooler
the
games
90s
I
are kind of
did.
like a gamble in a way, if you think about it.
They were.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can find Mortimer and the Riddles of the Medallion, that I got that I got to write. Well, the bungee jumping cows, we wrote we wrote the music. It got a Kids' Choice Award, I think, for music. So we wrote the music. We did the singing. But that game, it was based on an engine for another game, and they wrote it for 4-year-olds. So
Wow.
you had to stay. You had to stay on a track. You're flying this cool little helicopter thingy, or you're flying a flying snail, but there were like only maybe 2 or 3 Ys in any given map. So otherwise, you're kind of like on a track, like at Disneyland with those old 1950s cars.
Sure.
You couldn't go out of the track. So it wasn't the most fun video game, but it's got cool music. So look it up on YouTube. Don't play the game, but look it up on YouTube.
Definitely. And what was the name of it one last time for everybody?
Mortimer and the Riddles of the Medallion.
Got it. That's a cool name. I like that.
Fly the slimy skies, Mortimer and the Riddles of the Medallion.
I'm gonna have to watch it just for the music now.
Oh yeah. Or you can watch my demo. I put a lot of it in the character voice demo.
Oh,
If you're at
cool.
Serious Pipes.
Yeah.
Serious Pipes YouTube channel. You can find the character voice demo.
Yes. Go give him a sub.
Oh, somebody said the game is going up in price.
Uh-oh.
I think they're joking. Yep, now all the TM2 fans are going to be scooping those up. I had a few of those. I used to give them out as gifts to kids. I voiced a dinosaur. Now, speaking of fun games, this is probably the most fun I've ever had doing voiceover. My other best friend, Mike Nakamura, was the owner of a toy company, Scenario, and we connected on Facebook.
Oh.
And he found out I was doing voiceover, character voices. He goes, I got a project. And so he had this little plush dinosaur, and he animated it, moved it around with his hand. It wasn't a puppet, but he'd just move around. It had eating, sleeping, everything that animals do. He did these little vignettes. And so I created the voice for each of these vignettes, and then they
cool.
put all that on a little chip, a very little chip, unfortunately. I think it only cost a few cents. So it's pretty low quality. But this little dinosaur, which is really hard to get, now the price is really going to go up on Little Inu, I-N-U.
Little Enu.
So that's another thing to look up, Little Inu.
Okay. It kind of reminds me of those little, I don't remember if you remember them back from the early 2000s. They were called Clippets, I want to say. And it was like these little tiny speakers, and it had a chip with one song on it that like you'd plug it in and you could plug in different songs or something like that. And I remember I got them for Christmas and stuff as a kid. It kind of reminds me of that. Like it was really low quality, like one song, a little chip. Yeah.
Cool. So somebody said, is this being recorded? That's a good question.
So technically this entire stream is recorded if you think of it that way, TNT. So yeah, the stream will be available forever on my channel.
Cool.
So if you ever want to come back to it, it'll be there on the YouTube side. And then it'll be on Twitch, I think, for like 3 months or something, and then they disappear on Twitch, but it'll be on YouTube forever.
Cool.
Yeah.
Can Calypso be in a drama series like Lucifer? Oh yeah, I did watch some Lucifers.
Mm-hmm. That was a decent show. I think I watched the first season of that one, but I didn't pick it back up. I don't know why. Didn't have the time.
So, yeah, maybe here's a question for the fans, because I haven't seen it yet. Has Calypso appeared yet in season 2? And what do people think? And
yeah,
because
so he has appeared in season 2. Very little though. With the episodes that I've relaunched so far, it's 3 episodes, and then every Thursday they're releasing 2 more. So the 3 that I've released, without getting too many spoilers for anybody in chat who maybe or anybody watching this who haven't seen the show yet, I want to say Calypso's been on screen for maybe a solid like 2 minutes total. But they're really amping it up, to getting to that tournament type thing.
And thanks, Tora Kubi. Yes. I thought, in fact, I wrote the showrunner or the director on LinkedIn. I thought a cameo, yeah.
Yeah.
Like just have the OC, the original Calypso voice, like on the radio in the background.
That would be perfect. But I'm assuming even if you did get a cameo, you can't legally talk about it, right? Because like NDAs and stuff.
I assume so.
We're all just gonna sit here and be like, please let Mel have a cameo.
And that last song was "There Will Be No Survivors."
There you go. That'd be so cool.
It's 12 midnight. Do you know what game your children are playing? See, that's not the voice. I need Buzz. That's not quite Calypso.
It's
Not
pretty
quite.
close though. I mean, anybody in this chat right now hearing that, they're like, even if they have their eyes closed, I mean, I would easily pick out that's Calypso from Twist Mel
Picked up.
too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
One question that I thought was pretty interesting that you sent me yesterday, is about, does Calypso really play games with your psyche at all? Like, does it make you think anything differently while you're playing that character?
No, because I played a very comic Calypso. Now, it's interesting because David did contact me for, was it Black, or it was one of the later ones that he did, so maybe somebody knows.
Mm-hmm.
And Calypso was already cast, so I auditioned for Sweet Tooth. And I sucked. I could not do Sweet Tooth. But that character and those movies, I don't know how many made it to the real game, but those were really sick. And
Yeah, they were dark.
my wife could hear him from the other room, and she's like, "I hope you don't get that. I don't want that in the house."
You don't get that job.
That was that would have affected me. Yeah, that was pretty dark, and
Yeah.
it didn't. It would kind of lost that comic book edge to me a little bit.
Sure.
It's kind of like, man, you're crossing over into the real world, and the real world's dark enough right now. So
Yeah. I think I remember you saying
really
in a previous interview with someone that it was Black. TM Black was the one you
was it Black?
auditioned for. And
Okay.
J.S. Gilbert is the voice actor who ended up getting the role. So it would be interesting to hear his take on, like, yeah, did that affect his psyche? Because I agree. I think when you went from, Twist Mel 2, even 3 and 4, it was more goofy. It was still cynical in certain ways and dark comedy in certain ways, but there was always that level of cheese to it, right? It wasn't full blown like darkness and depression and stuff like that. Whereas TM Black really went down that route of just straight up like serious serial killer, all that stuff. And yeah, it's not for everybody. That is for sure.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, no effect, and I play. Yeah, I have to do villains. In fact, my wife says it's good for me because I'm a nice guy, and sometimes I'm a too nice guy. So she says, yeah, when you're a villain, you're in your power.
Yeah.
And so in real life, I don't say no, but when I play villains, it's no, and I'll kill you if you disagree.
It's just like you said earlier, it's just that you have the perfect voice for the villain. So it's like if you have that deeper tone, you're kind of like, okay, you have to play the bad guy. Because most superheroes, most good guys, they have that like higher pitched, more like upbeat, positive
That's right.
energy.
They're the tenors.
Yeah.
I'll save you, Meg.
Exactly. And you brought up the television show a little bit. Did you say you haven't seen season 1 or just season 2 you haven't seen yet?
Man, you guys are gonna. Okay, you can deride me online, but I have not seen season 1.
Oh man,
played Twisted Metal for more than a few minutes.
That's okay.
So, yeah, too hard.
As for the television show, is there anything that's stuck out to you as like a reason you wouldn't enjoy it or want to watch it kind of thing, or is it just haven't had time?
More haven't had time. I try to. Oh, and what service is it on now? Peacock, right?
Peacock, yes.
Yeah. It's trying to keep my streaming services to a minimum.
Totally understandable.
It's like, why can't you guys get together and just charge $20 for one service? But I will do it. I have to do it. So.
Yeah, and when you do, you got to let us know. What do you think? We got to hear it from the man himself.
Yep. Yeah, and it seems like from all the reviews I'm reading, they've taken it beyond where it was, or as a game. It's been a faithful yet creative uh, jumping off from the game, which is cool.
Yeah, for sure. And it's been, I like what they, with the television show, without spoilers, of course. I just like that they didn't necessarily take a plot outline from any of the games. They created their own world, because none of the games, if we're all being frank, like none of the games really connect to each other in a meaningful way, so to speak. They're all kind of their own universes. So it
Right.
was kind of a difficult task at hand to even create something to connect the games together in the first place. So they went their own route, and I think they did the right choice doing that. But man, the amount of fan service, like the cameos and the little Easter eggs and stuff thrown in there. If you're played the games, if you enjoyed the games, there's so many. Like it's insane. And they're
Oh,
doing the
that's
same thing
cool.
in season 2, which is super cool. Yeah, so they've been
Yeah, I
knocking out of the
wonder.
park.
Yeah, I wonder what percent of the fan base of the TV show are gamers who played it in the day.
I
That is cool that they're
Yeah,
giving you your flowers
for sure.
while they're actually getting new fans. So
Yeah, they somehow
pretty
pulled it
cool.
off doing both, which is very unheard of. Usually it's one or the other.
Yeah,
So
that's
um,
very cool.
and really quick, I just want to say thank you, Jonathan, and thank you, Clank, as well, for
Oh,
the donations. Jonathan was
oh,
saying, "I
Jonathan.
love Mel. Can you please say hi to me?"
Jonathan, your wish is granted. And who else was there in the super chat?
I think it was
Uh,
Clank. Oh no, is their YouTube
Clank.
name.
Oh no. So write something. I'll voice it right here in the stream.
There you go.
Clank. Angel question. If he makes Serious Pipes your channel more active, will there be a Discord server dedicated to it?
Ooh,
Or just Twisted Metal News?
good question.
That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, technically, Serious Pipes should probably be all my voiceover stuff or even singing stuff. Technically,
Hmm.
I just need to, because yeah, the fan base for Twisted Metal is probably the most active. So I don't know. I know Angel, you built out a little server, and thank you for that. And we've talked about using the server. Now, okay, well, tell me, Nick, with if I have Twisted Metal News and I build out a web page,
Hmm.
um, can it can you embed things from a Discord server on a web page so that you can
I
see a stream or even a text stream
I believe you
coming up?
can. I don't, off the top of my head, know the ways of doing it, but there's a lot of different like third-party bots that you can enable with Discord to do stuff like that, like embed websites and stuff. And by all
Okay.
means, you could easily do that with our, the Twist Metal Federation Discord too. We would be more than willing to share your stuff whenever you do post on there. I wouldn't mind that at all.
Okay. Very cool. Yeah, if anybody has ideas or wants to help, so yeah, we talked about this before, but I don't know if we talked about it in the stream here. Um, yeah, I've got this URL, twistedmetalnews.com, and have not built it out. And got it when I heard about the TV show coming up, and it's just one of those things getting to.
Yeah.
But my vision of it was because I do see news about the game or the TV show and interesting things almost every day. There's something. So embed that thing, have a micro podcast. So just because I don't want to do Calypso voice for an hour, I'll get kicked out of the house if I do. No, short form would be great. So Calypso giving the news, what's new in the Twisted Metal universe, and then a link. So you go to the web page, you can watch the video or jump to the web page with the news, but yet you get a micro podcast somewhere. Like I love my Alexa, so it could wake you up. You have Calypso wake you up in the morning.
That'd be
So
so
what do you
cool.
guys think of that? Think of that idea, and feel free to improve it, and feel free to talk to me about it. Seriouspipes@gmail.com.
I love it.
I need Okay. Well, maybe Nick, you can be my manager. Uh, and Angel's done a lot of research, so I appreciate that as well. So I need researchers and
Yeah,
managers, somebody just to kick my butt and say, "Hey, is the web page built out yet?"
I'd be down to help. No, yeah, no problem at all. Just send me an email or a text or whatever, and I'm down.
Cool. Stunning and brave Salamence. Did
Oh
you
my
want that
gosh.
voiced? I wish
Oh
for
no.
pregnant man emojis.
Oh, the memes, man.
Your wish, stunning and brave Salamanche is granted.
Perfect.
Am I saying that right? Salamenche, Salamence.
I think it's Solomons. Yeah, I think it's
Is it
Solomons.
Salamence?
I believe so.
Okay. I was doing it in Italiano.
I like that.
Perché io parlo italiano e je
How,
parle français aussi y también hablo español und ich mag Deutsch sprechen auch. So yeah, that's one of the secrets about Mel the actor. I'm also a language
wow.
addict.
How many
So
languages do you know?
Spanish and German well, French and Italian kind of okay reading wise.
Sure.
Portuguese, if I've had a few beers and it turns into portunhol. But, but yeah, realmente eu não falo português. I don't realistically speak it, but I can pretend.
That's that's insane. I mean, and earlier you said you had a really good memory when it comes to passwords as well. So it doesn't surprise me that you're really
Oh,
good at
that's
picking up
right.
languages.
Yeah, so thanks everybody for hanging on at the beginning. Yeah, we were
Yeah.
getting me logged into Twitch, and I was very impressed with myself, remembering a password I hadn't used in years because now everything autofills, and I'm on my wife's computer. So it
Technology.
cheers from Paolo Agostinho Filho. Yeah, eu amo português, mas realmente eu não falo português. It's very fun to speak Portuguese, especially if you're a Spanish speaker, because Spanish is very strict.
Right.
Portuguese is like the drunk cousin, very relaxed, makes you sway.
We have a lot of Brazilian fans in the twist metal community, by the way.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember asking Buzz probably about the different languages because I heard that the game. I don't know. Maybe somebody can answer this. Which games have dubs in other languages?
Okay.
But
Did he
I
have an
remember
answer for that
asking
or no?
Buzz, he was like, "Oh no, we don't handle that." It was kind of like, "Are you kidding? You want to voice the German Calypso?" And I thought, oh, that would be so cool.
That'd be so cool. It'd be perfect because you'd be the same voice. So yeah.
Und danke für Spielen Twisted Metal. They probably wouldn't say, y gracias por jugar Metal Retorcido.
That sounds so
That's the
cool. That
Spanish
they
version.
need to be. If
Wouldn't
they
that
have
be
not
cool?
done this, this needs to happen.
It would be fantastic. Yeah, but that's fierce competition, man. The people who dub
Yeah.
in other languages, I would love to do that because that is a really slick skill.
Yeah, for sure. German
Oh,
twisted
yeah.
metal. I need to see that.
On the Autobahn. It's made for it. Ah, cool. Angel Mendez. Sí, Calypso es en mi mente. Calypso is the man behind Mel talking to you now. Who knows? Sometimes you play stuff. I think everybody said, like Jim Carrey. It's very odd that all the characters I've played do correspond to something in my life.
Sure.
In really weird ways. Yeah.
I feel like most
So you do that.
actors or voice actors could probably agree, or feel that same sentiment.
Right.
Mm-hmm. In terms of the television show, one last question I had for that, and this is probably an obvious answer, is if the showrunners ever came to you and they asked you to be Calypso in season 2, would you have taken that role?
Absolutely. Yeah, I would have. Yeah, I would have had to get paid decently, which I'm sure it would have,
Oh yeah.
because I'd have to give up all the non-union stuff I've done since I left the unions, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, so yeah, even a cameo, if as long as they can cover my union dues and scale and a half or something, it doesn't have to be much, but oh yeah.
Michael Jonathan Smith, if you're listening, call up Mel, please.
The cameo, just the radio announcer in the back.
Yeah.
You're
I-
listening. You're listening to the sweet sounds of Twisted Metal.
Oh, stunning. Thank you again for their $5 donation. They were asking about would you ever voice Calypso in the Twisted Metal 5 fan game? And do you know anything about that? Have you heard about the fan game by Angel Mendez?
Oh, no, Angel's doing it? No, I don't
Yes.
think so. Unless Angel, if you've written me and I haven't responded, keep doing it. And that's the case with all fans. I get my email stacked up over 500, and then I have to go through it. So keep trying, and eventually I do reply.
Yes, he does. He does.
Yep.
So Angel, reach out to the man. That'd be super cool. Getting him in the game.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if Sony would. Yeah, I've wondered what Sony thinks of me doing either Calypso, uh, literal Calypso, like the comic, literal Calypso voice. And I've done a lot of birthdays and things, which reminds me,
Yeah.
I have a Cameo account. I don't know how you can get there, but I haven't really built it out. And I've done a lot of birthdays and just greetings for people in the past as Calypso.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm happy to do fan projects of any kind.
Is your
Scratch. I don't charge a lot necessarily, but I think it's always good to keep the reciprocity. So even if it's a token amount.
yeah.
Um,
And with the Cameo account, is it up and running like right now? Because the reason I ask is I literally looked you up like maybe a week ago, trying to see if you had a Cameo account before I asked the question, and I
see,
couldn't
and
find
wasn't
it.
there.
Yeah, I could not find it.
No, I've gotten the approval letter.
Okay.
I think it's on me to build it out. So,
Okay.
yeah, pester me, email me every week. Hey, where's your Cameo? Where's your Cameo?
Yes, and when it is, I'll be sharing it around because I've been asked 100,000 times like since
Okay, 'cause
getting your voice on the streams. They're like, "Does he do Cameo? Does he do Cameo?" I'm
Cool.
like,
Cool. Okay. Good
Yeah.
to know. Yeah. See, that's why people have agents. And although, man, when I had an agent, you walk in, they're like, who are you again? No, it wasn't that bad, but it's like if you're not in front of people's faces
Yeah.
constantly.
yeah,
In fact, yeah. Regardless of how great the future Calypsos were, people have asked me, why did you stop at 4? And it's like, well, nobody asked me. But that was on me. I wasn't also in people's faces marketing.
sure.
I mean, there's some voiceover people that email their producers every week. Hey, got anything new? That's a little obnoxious, but you
But
do
sometimes
have
you
to
get
let
yeah,
people know
you
you're in the
sometimes you
game.
got to do that, to get out there or learn networking too, and like constantly reaching out to other people to get their jobs and stuff like that. So I totally get that. Out of curiosity,
Yeah,
oh
go ahead.
oh, I was gonna say
I just saw a quote.
yeah, what is it? What is it?
Henri Michel. Henry Michael. Hello, Becker Blue. Well played. And I thank you for playing Twisted Metal.
That was perfect.
Bienvenidos de los Estados Unidos, Henry Michael. Peru, cool. We got Latin America in the house.
We do. It's like every stream. It's amazing how many people from
Cool.
Brazil and stuff that we get here.
Very nice.
Um,
Good. This is a great way to spend vacation, guys. So keep them coming. You got more questions.
Glad you've been enjoying it. And this has been awesome. I mean, time is already flying by. I can't believe we've already been doing this for an hour. It feels like it's been 10 minutes. What other games have you voiced for in the past other than Twisted Metal?
Cool Borders. Oh, you look terrible. So, yeah, Cool Borders too. That I think was a great. That thanks Buzz. So Buzz just called me sometime after Twisted Metal 2, I think, and said they want to make, because I think it was a Japanese game first.
Yes, I believe so.
And they said they want they're trying to get Eddie Murphy to voice. They want Eddie Murphy to be the voice for this, and they're not able to get him. Do you think you can do Eddie Murphy? So that's how that started. I went and auditioned as Eddie Murphy, and I didn't think I had a shot. And there were like 6 or 8 guys from Japan. Nobody spoke English, but they're just all nodding, talking. And I didn't have Duolingo back then, because I do Japanese also on Duolingo, but
sure.
I won't say I speak or understand much of anything. So if anybody from Japan's on the stream, sorry, you can't chat me in Japanese yet. But yeah, then they said, yeah, you got it. And they wanted it way over the top.
Yeah.
Beyond Eddie Murphy. I mean, this was like Step and Fetch It, if that rings a bell. And it was kind of offensively caricaturish urban black accent.
Mm.
And I was like, really? And so, but my memory is Buzz said, we'll tone it down after they leave. But after they left, because the studios in Palo Alto, East Palo Alto is all a black neighborhood. So it was career day, and like 100 kids came into the studio, maybe 50, maybe exaggerating. It was packed with kids, and they're all like at the glass looking in. They're like, oh, a real voiceover artist. And it must have been a lot of kids, because there were 3 or 4 teachers. So there were 3 or 4 classes stuffed into the control room. And they're listening to me doing this over-the-top Eddie Murphy voice, because we hadn't really shifted it yet. And the kids are just like, yeah. And the teachers are looking at each other like, what the fuck is he doing? And so none of that made it in the game, but you can still hear it. That's Mel doing Eddie Murphy in Cool Borders. Cool Borders. And because the soundtrack was also, it was a rap. My sister's here too.
Your sister's here?
Dina.
Oh, Dina. Yeah. Hello.
Great Aunt Dina. On the day after, we're celebrating our grandnephew Mordecai.
Yes, congratulations.
Mordecai. Maybe he'll be a voiceover artist.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
With the Cool Borders too, it makes a whole lot of sense that, like, I as a kid never knew it was you, because you don't hear the Calypso-esque anything in that voice,
right?
Because they wanted to be Eddie Murphy, which makes so much more sense now as to what they were going for and what you were going for. But also just shows your range. I mean, that you're able to do both and do well.
Yeah. No, it was fun. And once we dialed in the voice, it was very fun. It's too bad it's the audio's really grainy. So I have it in my demo, but
it's very grainy.
It's really I liked doing the rink announcer for one of the NHL, what was it? Stars on Ice. You can listen to my demo for that voice, and then some of the Carmen Sandiego games.
Okay.
In fact, I think I used my fake Spanish accent for one of those.
Oh, man, I got to hear that.
And there's a Calypso. I played Montezuma, and it's basically Calypso.
Okay.
I am Montezuma, and thank you for playing Carmen Sandiego. No, it's very... In fact, people have commented, I think, on that. Hey, Calypso's doing Montezuma.
That's pretty awesome. So basically, Twisted Metal, I would say, probably was the biggest game that you worked on, or franchise that you worked on.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if fan email is the measure, yeah, it's 100 times more than nobody. Konami's Stars on Ice, I don't get any email for that. Even though I'm very proud that, because I remember I listened to hockey as a kid,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not the radio announcer because I could never do that. They talk really too fast. So they hired a real guy to do that,
Okay.
a real NHL announcer. But the guys in the back were always guys who wished they were on the radio. And so I did that voice. As that, my mom's here too. Well, the whole family got the notice. Yes.
Oh, your
In fact,
mom's
Mom,
here too? No
yeah,
way.
she's in the YouTube stream.
Hello. Welcome in.
So she got me started too. Mom, I don't know if you heard the early part, but I told about my magic show. I said that launched my hamming it up career, where at 5 years old I failed as a magician, but I succeeded as an entertainer. So
So I would say
yeah,
it definitely worked out.
so she said, yeah, I inherited voice from my father and my uncle. Yeah, both great singers, conductors, and entertainers for sure.
That's super
So
cool. Does your dad also have that baritone, like
yeah,
very low voice?
very low voice, yeah. But I remember he was, and he had to do this too. We were church conductors, and you never have enough tenors, so we both had to cover tenor parts, and we're not tenors by any stretch of the imagination. I remember he was conducting something and having to sing tenor as he conducted, which I've done, and it's a terrible skill to have to force yourself to do. And he said, I hit a high A today, which was mythical. If you're a bass baritone, it's like a high A, full voice. But the nice thing about being a bass baritone is you get better with age. So
Sure.
he was late 40s or 50s when he told me that. And all
Wow.
my teachers said, yeah, get ready for your 50s, 60s, 70s. Those will be your best years. So I'm in them now. So
Time to reprise the role of Calypso
now
then.
Calypso the opera.
Yes.
If anybody wants to write either music or libretto, I'm open to it. In fact, we could get AI to write it
Oh,
probably right now.
it could, yeah. By kind of put a prompt in and have it ready by this afternoon. Out of curiosity, if
Yeah.
in your opinion, what was the most difficult voice acting project you ever worked on, whether it was gaming or anything else?
That's a good one because my memory is there's been ones where I was replaced by somebody else, but I've wiped those from my memory.
Sure.
Because there are times where you go, this isn't me,
Yeah.
and you try to force a round peg in a square hole, or I guess that works, a square peg in a round hole.
Mm-hmm.
So what I listened to the PM3 and 4 and think, I wish I'd really, but see, I didn't have YouTube. I couldn't reference my voice. So I've always felt like those weren't quite as in the pocket as Twisted Metal 2.
Sure.
So I apologize, fans. I know some people say 4 is my favorite. I'm like, yeah, but I could have done better.
Did you have Buzz with you for 3 and 4 to direct
Yeah.
you? Oh, okay, so he stuck
Yeah,
around.
I
Okay.
did. So I blame Buzz. Buzz, you should have hammered me more.
It was his fault. No.
But I think it was a different scene, and we didn't have as much time. Of course, I wasn't doing as much. I wasn't the central character, so it was more like come in and out. And so I didn't get to groove into the character like I did. So anytime you do something short,
Yeah.
that's really tough.
Right. Yeah, and then with those games too, the development was so much shorter too. Like you said, it's just when you crunch, you don't have all the time to go back and fix it up or make it the way you want it to be. It's just, And the writing is also wasn't nearly as up to par for sure, which is not on you, obviously. That's on the writing team.
Right.
So yeah, it's just
Oh,
yeah.
I remember one role I didn't get, which I really wanted because um, I thought I was in the pocket, so to speak, was Baloo in Jungle Book 2.
Oh, okay.
So I worked on that. Yeah, I've never gone to LA and just done the audition thing, but they were auditioning in the Bay Area.
Mm.
And so I remember that was one that I wanted and I thought was close enough to my actual voice.
Yeah.
Because I've played those nice characters. The two that's a lower voice. That's a nice guy. The bum bum. What's the word? The song. The bare necessities. The bum 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 ba. The simple bare necessities of life.
And with a role
That would
like
have been
that, they're
great.
probably looking for singers as well. So I feel like that would have been the perfect role. Yeah, Disney
Yeah,
messed up.
yeah. And my mom, who's here, would have loved that too.
Oh yeah.
'Cause, she got me started um, singing as well. So, Mom, it wasn't just Dad's voice. Um, it was harmony singing, which I think makes a better singer and musician.
Agreed.
If your voice is too low to sing the melody, you got to find a note and make it fit. So, harmony singing.
I saw with Stitch in the chat. I'm sorry I missed this, man. Thank you for that $5 super chat. They were wondering if you have any contact with Lance Lenhart these days. Do you remember working with him at all? Because I think he was the main
No.
composer for Twist Metal 2 and 3.
Oh, no, I never heard the music. In fact, I never saw anybody except in the audition.
Mm.
So I remember thinking it was a big deal because L. Peter Callender, does he do Axel or Axel's father?
I'm not sure on that one.
Peter Callender is a Shakespearean actor, and I'd seen him on stage. So that's when I was like, see, I'm not the only one slumming with video games. When I saw him at the audition, I was like,
Oh wow.
Okay, there's real people here.
Yeah.
And so I forget where I was leading with that.
Well, the question again was, in case to jog the memory, it was, do you have any contact with Lance Lenhart, who is the composer of the games?
Right, Lance.
Yeah.
No, and that was the unfortunate thing. So all those interactions with the characters, I never saw anybody. It wasn't until the game came out, and of course I couldn't get to the end of it anyway. So I never, until YouTube, or that one time I was able to borrow a VCR player and play the tape.
Yeah.
I never saw it. I never heard what other people did, and yeah, there's some cool stuff.
Did they give you guys free copies of the game when it came out?
No.
Really? That surprises me.
I don't think so.
Dang, Sony, why are you why are you leaving our boys out?
I mean, maybe they would if we'd ask. I don't even know.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, maybe if you just walked in there and was like, "Hey, I'm Calypso. Could I have a game?"
Yeah. No, I've thought of going to E3 and dressing as Calypso.
Oh, that'd been so cool.
And, yeah.
Sadly, rest in peace, E3. It's not a thing anymore. Maybe one day it'll come back.
House. Hello, Nate.
Let's see.
Yeah, if I haven't been watching the stream necessarily as good, but if there's anything.
Out of curiosity, with 3 and 4, when we were talking about those for a little bit, do you remember what your original reaction to the criticism was back then?
3 and 4?
Yeah, when they first came out.
Criticism. I didn't hear any of it.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I was following online till after they were out, but I did catch up and read forums and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a big forum that's not connected to Twitch or Discord.
I think it was the TMA, right? The Twist Metal Alliance. Yeah.
Alliance. Yeah, yeah. So
yeah.
Because I would have my name as a Google alert or something, so I'd see things pop up.
Sure.
And I definitely got the vibe, 3 and 4, at least voiceover wise. I mean, some people like the gameplay. I think I've heard people say they like that
Yeah.
better, and they must have been better resolution wise, because I remember being shocked even in the '90s of how pixelated the game was. Twisted
Yes.
Metal 2. It was like, man, people enjoy playing this. Of course, then that's the look with retro stuff
Yeah.
now. Or what's the game where you mine for things?
Oh,
Minecraft.
Minecraft.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's purposely pixelated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a different it's definitely a different world going from Twist Metal 1 and 2 to 3 and 4 because they were built on different game engines and different companies made them. So it was interesting going from 2 to 3 because I personally feel like 3 and 4 look better as games. Like
Right, as
graphically they
games.
look better. But yeah, a lot of people might disagree. It's just up to interpretation, I suppose, or personal bias or nostalgia kind of thing.
Right.
But yeah, I was just curious on if
Welcome,
yeah.
Mugen Dude.
Oh
Welcome,
yes.
Mugen Dude 26.
How you doing? Welcome in. Welcome in. Let's see. So a lot of these, thankfully, a lot of my questions got answered early on in the stream.
Oh,
Uh,
cool.
what is, in your
Entonces
opinion, the
podemos
most?
cambiar a español. Hay tantos españoles aquí. Tenemos que cambiar el idioma. I said, there's so many Latin Americans here. Let's change language. I'll ask you the
If only I
questions,
could
though.
follow. I wish. I'll have to start learning it now, since half the audience is from Brazil, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, you could learn Portuguese first.
Mm-hmm.
Spanish is more useful, but Portuguese is definitely more fun.
Oh yes.
But don't do Duolingo longer than 6 months. 2 months is good.
What happens after
It's
2
a good
months?
start. It starts to become an addiction and get boring, but you keep playing even though it's boring
Oh,
because you're addicted. The gamification's great, but the language learning's not. But what I just play for 1 minute, and that sends me. Then that's a reminder. It's a good daily reminder to do other stuff that's better. So
sure.
that's my plug against Duolingo.
I like it.
Definitely in the I hate Duolingo now crowd.
What is, in your opinion, the most difficult part of becoming a voice actor, or any like tips you might have for somebody who might want to become a voice actor?
Marketing. I've got a course on Udemy. I'm not the teacher. I'm taking a course. It's a great course. The marketing course on Udemy. Forget his name. He's a BBC voice. But he's a good teacher and got great info. It's marketing. You just have to be out there constantly,
Yeah.
being in front of people. That's the toughest thing, and that's why you have an agent. But in my experience, agents are so busy that they're just, matching what they think when orders come in. They're not really career development type people.
Mm-hmm.
Now with AI coming in, they say 80% of voiceover is going to go AI, and
That's
I
sad.
believe it because in my video editing, I've cast voices, and I had a big wake-up call. So I had, forget if it was Fiverr or one of the, ashamed to say, yeah, I'm hiring voiceover talent on cheap platforms. Anyway, there's good voiceover on them too.
Sure.
So I got 30 or 40 auditioneers, and I just listened real quickly to the reads, selected like 8 voices to listen back that I thought might qualify. And one of them I go, wait, it was AI. One of the first cuts,
Wow.
AI had snuck in. Now there were some horrible AIs that I deep sixed immediately, but this one was like, oh man, I could have almost cast AI.
Isn't that wild? Have you heard like AI music before?
A little bit, yeah. I like the Rick Beato channel.
Yes, he's great. Yeah, I love his stuff.
What a good YouTuber and amazing musician. So he's got
Yeah.
one on this new group, this fake group that's on Spotify getting 500 million or more downloads.
And
So yeah, we'll
he
see
like
where
took
it
the
goes.
track and put it in that. I can't remember what the program is on the Mac, but it like separates all of the,
Oh,
you know,
I didn't know that existed. In fact, I've got to do that. I need that in my job.
yeah,
Because I get things that I need to pull apart sometimes,
right. And it's
and
super cool.
remix, and you can do that. That is amazing.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't remember the name of the
So
program. Maybe someone in chat
I think
does. But
Logic. I think he said Logic. So yeah, if anybody
oh,
knows,
yep, I
I
think you're
think it's
right.
Logic,
Hmm.
which
Yes.
is
And when he did that and separated it,
unbelievable.
that's how you could tell, like, oh, this is AI because it doesn't know how to, like, I think it was the vocals or maybe the bass guitar. I can't remember. There was something that just
See,
had a ton of distortion with it.
oh yeah, yeah, which I would imagine. I couldn't believe it was as clean as it was because I would
Same.
think, man, how can you pull this out? So yeah, a different universe is up ahead of us,
It is.
and the very clever humans, I think, will do okay
Hope
because
so.
you can have your own company
Hmm.
and have 20 employees and not pay them jack.
It's true. It's very true.
So
Out of
so
curiosity, with
oh
when you recorded the Calypso character for Twist Ball 2, and maybe even 3 and 4 later, were you able to
yeah,
add your own style and or any lines that you ad-libbed that made it into the game that you can recall?
wow. I don't think so.
Mm,
Um, I mean, maybe, I mean, the laughter, maybe that's why I said I like that, because that was definitely my own.
sure.
Yeah, I don't think so. Maybe a little word here and there at the end, but no, I think the script was basically there.
Okay.
I mean, it's more a thing like I alter scripts when I've got to fit it in a 30 or 60 or whatever minutes something, and I'm like, that's kind of long.
Yeah.
That's one of my skills outside of voiceover is editing voiceover
Hmm.
because I started in radio and you had to squeeze it into 30 seconds, and 30 seconds is not a long time. So the garbage goes and only the stuff. But no, I don't. No, that was fun because I could just rely on Buzz and the script.
Sure. Well, that's cool that they have that.
But
Yeah, that surprises me. I thought they would maybe have a couple lines or a couple like a generic. All right, this
improvise.
is the wish. What would you do in this situation, kind of things. That's cool. That's cool to hear they had
Yeah,
that all planned out.
I think if there had been more, if we'd actually done a session with two or three or four characters in the same room,
Hmm.
maybe improv would have come into it because I've done other
Sure.
projects where that's the case,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's a lot of fun. Um,
Hmm.
in fact, yeah, I was a professional improviser for a few months or a year, um, doing the best science improv, as far as I know, the only science improv. I was in a touring schools teaching science via improv theater.
And
So we
that
would
was that the
take
bungee
suggestions
jumping
from the
cows.
audience. No, but it was with the same people. So
Oh,
Pete,
same people. Gotcha.
Pete and I and Tim and Mary Claire and Trish and a bunch of improvisers who'd been trained because the Bay Area has a great improv school, BATS, and so yeah, most of the other guys were more trained than I was, but we would improvise science shows. In fact, there is a what's the cartoon with Stewie? No, not Stewie. No, 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 not that
Family Guy?
cartoon. What's the? No, I'm
No.
confusing. What's the one with the Texas? The guy in Texas who's got a son who's
Hank,
kind
Hank,
of overweight.
King of the
Hank,
Hill.
King of the Hill.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, son, King of the Hill. There's an episode where they have improv. They improv about gas or propane, and I swear that writer must have seen a sci-prov. That was our troupe, the sci-prov,
You
science
never know.
improv,
Could be.
because it. I go, that's us. We had this little Casio keyboard, and we'd go into schools and we would improvise. It was a whole bunch of fun. So
That's super
I've done
cool.
that a few times with voiceover. Um, yeah, there was a project I did for the Institute of Reading Development. So I probably have fans I don't know about who grew up reading Pole and Vole and the Book of Language to learn to read. It was a tutoring program. We that was so fun because we might have improvised some of the lines. We definitely, I mean, we played like 10 characters each.
Wow.
That was cool.
Yeah, I think improv would be pretty cool, and it's
King of
pretty
the Hill.
tough to do improv without someone to bounce off of. So I can
That's
understand,
right.
when you were just alone in the booth with maybe just Buzz, I can
Yeah,
understand then, not being able to do much improv there.
that's right. Because that's
Hmm.
the basis of good improv is listening and
Right,
bouncing off other people.
right. And when it comes to like performing on stage, like with the bungee jumping cows, what do you
Yeah.
feel is easier or comes more natural, being on stage or being like in a booth as a voice actor?
Being on stage,
Mm.
definitely. No, having that audience.
Yeah, that
In
live
fact,
reaction.
yeah, everybody go and look for bungee jumping cows live. See a Calypso as a spider, and then see the improv that happens at the end. Live audience is so fun and cool. That's why this is very cool.
Yeah.
Um, Having the chat here. Um, no, and I started stage, and so yeah, there've been, oh man, there are times in the studio where you're getting headphone burn, and they're like, okay, take 30, try it again,
Yeah.
and you're just like, here, take the money back. I'm sorry to have wasted an hour here. No, there are times where it's really hard.
Hmm.
And the longer it takes, the worse it often gets. And you're like, I don't even know how I sound. And that's true both voiceover and singing.
Sure.
Um, no, it's very hard. And part of that is because you don't have an audience and you don't have usually people to play off of like you do on stage.
Right.
Stage you have, yeah, you've got other characters and you've got an audience and you can feel them both. So that's a trick. I think good voiceover people, um, they've just got wild imaginations to imagine that other player that they're playing off of.
Right, right. And I think it's kind of the same way of looking at like YouTube, maybe like uploading videos versus live streaming. It's a whole different ecosystem. It's like when you're editing a video, you have all the time in the world to sit there and take out things that weren't feeling right, or you can overanalyze yourself until the point of like you hate it yourself before you upload it. Or when you're live, you
That's
just hit
right.
live and you just do what you do, and you get that live reaction of people saying this is good or this is bad, and you can kind of switch it up
Yeah.
if needed. And yeah, so I can totally understand that of preferring the live audience with being on stage versus in a cubicle, so to speak.
Right. Yeah. So I have to always, because I do video editing
Hmm.
primarily as a profession now, and I always have to say, well, the client's right. I may hate this now, or I know this little thing is not right, but it's like there are oftentimes you just got to say, no, it's good enough, let it
Right.
out. Um, and or you have to. The opposite's also true. Like often I'll start my day just listening back to some recent things I've done. So I go, oh yeah, oh that's good. Okay, we can do this because it takes a head of steam um, to do, voiceover and editing um,
For sure.
because you're sitting there with headphones on or just in your little studio
Hmm.
speakers and you don't know what's good after a while. So
Right.
I think that's why music mixers often they have things they reference mixes of you know CDs or groups that they really like or that even the industry says this is a reference.
Yeah.
Um, and so you listen to it and you go, okay, that's what good is. We're going to go for that.
Right, right. And also thank you, Jesse, for that $5 super chat. Thanks, Nick, for the community. Thanks, Mel, for being an icon of my childhood. Calypso living rent free in my head for 30 years. Wish you the best.
So did anybody have nightmares or have a negative reaction to Calypso?
I wonder.
Probably the black game. That would have given me nightmares.
Yes, for me it did. Yeah, TM Black, when I first played it, I was maybe like 14, 13, maybe probably younger than that, maybe 13 or 12.
Yeah, can you imagine if
And
your 5-year-old self had discovered that game first?
I
Your
would not have
mom,
came back.
yeah,
I would not
here,
have liked
son.
it.
Your
No way.
mom would have been put in jail. You know, you bought him what?
No, thankfully I started out with like the more, campier ones. And I specifically remember liking Calypso and Twist Melt too.
I'm giving Ron the eyes. It's because it's the eyes that freak him out. I wish I could have played Calypso like, because look at these eyes. I developed this for the Earl Koenig when I was in college giving my senior recital, or maybe it was junior recital. So opera singers had to give recitals.
Sure.
There's a great poem by Goethe called the Earl Koenig, the Elf King. And I had to become this character. In fact, yeah, Calypso comes out of the Elf King. So
Oh, yeah, yeah.
go on YouTube, look up Dietrich Fischer-Dieskau, and listen to the Earl Koenig. Oh, there's other good singers, but he's the master. But yeah, I had the eyes for the Earl Koenig. So can you imagine these as Calypso? And thank you for playing Twisted Metal.
It would have been really interesting to see if they went with the like live action endings again, in TM2, and had you dress up as Calypso and do it all live instead of the comic book endings. Do you think it would have been better that way, or do you think it would have been about the same, or maybe worse?
I think it could, yeah, I think it could have been really good
Hmm.
because I thought the movies in the first one, well, I don't know. They couldn't have I don't know. They would have had trouble having people jump off buildings. It would have been a huge budget.
Yeah, much bigger budget than the first game for sure.
But yeah, it was disappointing. The old Flash movies, you can't even call it animation.
Yeah.
It's Doc Bruce Banner, belted by gamma rays, turns into the Hulk. Isn't he glamorous? That's the old Marvel. Those must be on YouTube. The
Oh, I'm
Marvel
sure. Yeah.
cartoons that I grew up with, which weren't really cartoons. So,
Hmm.
man, we're going back. That's why I was like, are video games really going to catch on? They're kind of hokey. They look like 1960s fake cartoons.
And they sure did. And now look at them today. I
Little did
mean,
we know.
sometimes you can't even tell real from video games with their graphics.
It's very true. It's very true.
Out of curiosity, I know you said you haven't played many of the Twisted Metals or much of any of them, but do you have a favorite character from any of the games that you have played, or any of that really stuck out to you, other than, of course, Calypso himself?
Well, of course, a flaming clown head is. I mean, I can understand why that's the icon. In fact, people who don't know Calypso,
Hmm.
like I've had friends that I'll say, "Yeah, I did the villain in Twisted Metal 2, 3, and 4," and they're like, "Really? You're the clown, the flaming clown head?" I'm like, "No, not the
No.
flaming clown head."
That's pretty good. And that doesn't
Yeah,
surprise me.
so
I feel like a lot of the people who, like you said, even if they've never played the games, they know of Sweet Tooth, the flaming clown with
they
this
definitely
ice
know
cream
Sweet
truck.
Tooth.
Yeah.
I thought I thought Axel was
Yeah.
in the idea of arms and wheels was as cool as it was uncomfortable. It's like, oh man. Yeah, and well, I guess Sweet Tooth drives the idea of that truck, the old. See, I don't know. Do ice cream trucks probably exist anymore? Because yeah, I grew
Yeah,
up with
they
those,
do. They do.
hoping for a strawberry shortcake on a stick, but realizing that I only had enough money for a push-up.
Oh,
Push-up.
the worst.
Yeah, but I remember that music being creepy because it was always. It never played right because they actually had a music box in there, probably on a microphone, going ding ding ding
Yep.
ding 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 and slowing down,
Hmm.
and that's a creepy sound.
It is. Yeah. And then they use it in a lot of horror
But I
movies
bet
and
they,
stuff too. Yeah.
I bet the ice cream trucks today don't have a real music box that plays creepily.
I'm sure they just have like a Spotify, Bluetooth speaker. It's playing music. Yeah, it's random.
See, you guys, if you missed childhood in the 70s, you missed some scary stuff.
It's true. It's very true. With with Axel, I'm really curious to see or hear your reaction to when you do hopefully end up seeing the television show, because they brought Axel into season 2.
Okay.
Yeah, and they fully on set
yeah.
built the giant contraption with the actor's arms are in the thing, and yeah,
Really?
they did. Yeah,
But then they must CGI the motion and stuff.
Correct. Yeah, it does move apparently.
Not some poor actor getting pushed. Really?
No, yeah, it does move, but only at like 3 or 4 miles an hour, and then yeah, they had to CGI like the actual fast motion scenes with him. But yeah, super cool to see him in live action. I think they knocked it out of the park for sure.
Okay, Serena's in the house. We have some elder stateswomen.
Hello.
Or welcome. The 80s were cool too. I wanted to be an 80s singer. Yeah, when I did a band, well, the Bungy Jumping Cows were later, but my first bands were in the 80s. So, I never wanted to be a weekend lover. Covering Prince.
Heck yeah. Out of curiosity, who would be your absolute dream character to voice over? Whether it's a video game character, it can be a movie, TV show, doesn't matter. Who would you choose and why?
Oberon, Midsummer Night's Dream.
Oh, okay. What?
Shakespeare. No,
Yeah.
I've done some Shakespeare, but I wish, and maybe I'll do more, that any of the Shakespeare, I don't think I could do a Lear or any of, that's why, because I'm more a character get on and get off,
Sure.
so to speak. Just wow people for a few seconds, but Oberon, Midsummer Night's Dream, in a video game format.
That would be really cool. I feel like in a lot of games could kind of go back to that Shakespearean vibe, because we don't get that ever. So I think, I think that could be successful.
So, yeah, I've had a number of fans say, you should be the elder god. I don't know who voiced that, but whatever pays the bills.
Right.
But it is good, but is not too much of a stretch, so that it's fun to do.
Sure. Yeah, you could definitely pull it off. Obviously, in my opinion, any baritone, deep voice character, whether it's villainous or maybe a good guy, doesn't matter. I think you could pull it off easily. Just they gotta reach out to you.
Yeah.
Get the right guy in the job.
Calypso, yes, Calypso doing Shakespeare.
That'd be cool.
Let the sky rain potatoes. Falstaff. I've loved doing Falstaff. That would actually be fun. Yeah, I'm suited for Falstaff. So if you guys don't know Falstaff in Shakespeare, that would be fun to voice.
Time to do some research.
Singing it as well. Yeah. It'd be a little high. I wish I could sing Falstaff, the opera. Good. Okay. So Serena knows that. What are the other one? Let the sky rain potatoes. I can't remember Falstaff stuff, but I love it. Let the sky rain potatoes. Serena, if you know any more of that, go ahead and put it in the chat. I'll read it for everybody.
Heck yeah. I'm actually at the bottom of my questions here too.
Okay, it's not potatoes. It's not French fries, Angel. No, the sky raining potatoes, I think, is a very lewd way of saying "let the bed shake." Yeah, I think it might have been very rude back in the day. I don't know, But Falstaff is a lecherous dude, so yeah, he's got some great lechery lines that I would love to do.
I too am craving potatoes now. Double D.
Also singing. Okay, the Stone guest, the Commendatore in Don Giovanni. In fact, I thought it'd be cool to play Don Giovanni from Mozart's opera as Calypso, and then come in with the ultra low voice. Look up Commendatore if you want a great little slice of opera.
Commendatory.
The Commendatore, the statue.
Okay.
What was that? What is that noise? That sounds like him.
Hello, Carlos. Welcome in.
So you're asking if my accent for Calypso was Jamaican or Spaniard? That's interesting. Do you hear that in there? Or are you asking me to do that?
I personally, I don't think I've heard it in there, but yeah.
Yeah, see, the name Calypso, I always thought it was a weird name because it's got nothing to do with Calypso, the music.
Right.
I wonder what that name, I always thought, that's not a very evil name. But it kind of, maybe that's the fun in Calypso. He does have a little bounce in his voice because he's very sadistic. So.
I guess
you
my
reggae. Wow, Carlos hears reggae in it.
Oh, really? Okay. Maybe I can hear that.
There will be no survivors. I promise you that. Okay, so the reggae album. You write it, Carlos. And I'll sing it.
It'll be out this winter.
Definitely British. So Jesse, yeah. So I don't know where the tradition started, but because I played a lot of I did a lot of Gilbert and Sullivan, and I played what's his name, who the roar of the grease paint, the smell of the crowd. Who can I turn to when nobody needs me? That was a British character, and so that mid-Atlantic accent, they call it, which was big, in like 40s movies, all the actors played it. So I was definitely channeling a bit of that kind of 40s movie character with the British accent. And the villains, yeah, I did another villain on a stage show, and that crept right into Calypso. Yeah, as Americans, we do find something a little bit evil about British accents.
Let's see.
Oh, cool. So Peppino, thank you. It's in the comic. Calypso came from a former boss at the junkyard.
Yes.
He would hammer things to the rhythm of Calypso music. Man, okay. Well,
I totally forgot about that myself.
The characters. Man, I'm going to have to go do some character work and start hammering Calypso beats.
There you go. I see, Clank, you said we missed your question. What was the question, Clank? Can you retype it? Because I don't see it going through my scroll here.
Yeah, if there's any questions that people chatted before that we just rolled through.
Yeah.
Type them.
He got shot by his boss. It's on my $5
Lego. Who's Legosi? Is that another game character? Lugosi? Bela Lugosi. Ah, yeah, I'm probably affected by Bela Lugosi. So as a kid, I watched the black and white horror movies. I would watch, because they'd come on at midnight or 11 or midnight. So I remember being 8, 9 years old, staying up, sitting and watching. I think it was The Werewolf got me the worst. But all of them did. Night of the Living Dead. There's something scary about black and white.
Yeah, it makes it creepier, I think.
It does, and because of the saturation, you don't think of it as tape or film or videotape as a kid anyway. Maybe everybody does this with movies from whatever generation they are. But I remember thinking, Night of the Living Dead, did this really happen?
Mm-hmm.
And so the movie goes off. I'm sitting there, the station in those days would go off. So TV would stop at 2 or 3 or 4 a.m.
Yeah.
He would just stop. They'd play the national anthem, and then it was. I sat there for a half hour listening to the. Scared out of my mind. I couldn't even move my head because I was convinced the werewolf was probably in the bathroom just to my right. And for some reason, if he knows that I can't see him, he'll leave me alone.
Yeah. It's amazing what our imaginations can do and create to scare us.
How did Calypso survive his daughter Christie's explosive? I've wondered that. He probably didn't look at her. So she couldn't explode. If you don't look at somebody,
they can't explode. I found Clank's question.
Did escape.
He said, Mr. Calypso, can you grant my wish in getting a better job so that I'm no longer working in retail?
Okay, where is that script?
It was way up.
Which chat is it in?
It was in the YouTube chat. It was a $5 donation way back at the beginning.
Up in the YouTube. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I'll look for the green.
But yeah, it was from Oh No, and it was Mr. Calypso, can you grant my wish in getting a better job so I'm no longer working in retail?
I'm looking for is it in a green box?
Yep, it's like the very first one. It was like way at the top.
Oh, okay. And I see a question as I'm scrolling through Team Latinite. Un otro Latino? Todo equipo? Team, a whole team of Latins here? Favorite game, 2 by far. Because, yeah, like I said earlier, I got to groove in that. So the first green box I see is from Stunning and Braves, Salamence.
Let's see.
I wish for a pregnant man.
But yeah, so it's even above that. It's like 2 above that one.
Maybe just type it. That's all that goes.
Oh, okay. Here, I can just copy and paste what he said.
Okay, cool.
Copy.
I want to do that one again.
Here you go. Posting in the YouTube chat. This is what he said.
Your wish is for pregnant man emojis. Your wish is granted.
Perfect.
Too bad you're now a pregnant man.
Oh, see, that's what I'm saying. That's what I thought that like the ABLA was coming from in the original. So it's like maybe just came with it on the fly. What he would say as an answer.
Thank you. That's a good compliment. That I pulled off the script.
Yeah.
And it sounded improvised. That's the best compliment you can get.
Well, you're very welcome.
Dark Mortimer. Thanks for laughing. Look up your namesake game, Mortimer and the Riddles of the Medallion.
Yes.
It's the least dark game ever made.
What?
Okay, there you go. Well, see, this is a voice as another character. Mr. Calypso, can you grant my wish in getting a better job so I'm out of retail? Oh, you want to get a better job so you're out of retail. Well, you're now working for Twisted Metal News. And thank you for playing. So people who got on the stream late, if you want to be a part of Twisted Metal News, write me, seriouspipes@gmail.com. So we got to make that happen. It's been in my head for too long. Angel's been sending me links regularly of stuff that's notable.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I'll use. So I'm going to go back in time as if the website started years ago so that we do have a record of all the cool either news articles or chats, forum information. So it's just a place of what happened in the Twisted Metal universe today. I think that would be valuable.
That would be super cool. And I feel like you could start it from like when the games first came out, even like a nostalgia kind of throwback to start out with.
Oh, like go back to the Oh.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. To find out, well, I wonder what the news said back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
I'll publish some of the, yeah, that Mel guy sucks in 3. What happened?
I can tell you, I can promise you, I don't think one person said that your voice acting or Calypso was bad in TM3 or in 4. It was mostly the writing of the endings, like the actual wishes, I think was the problem, if I remember right.
Yeah, it didn't. Yeah. Well, and he was no longer the host. That was offensive, man. I walked in, it's like,
He got
not
knocked
even the
out.
host? Not even the host? What? This is that stupid flaming clown that everybody keeps talking about.
Yep. He took your spot. But thankfully, at the end of Calypso's ending in Twist Metal 4, he does kind of get his revenge. He gets to beat up some of those clown guys, and then him and Sweet Tooth wrestle, and then the ring explodes.
Right. So, Midnight Ninja episode recaps. Yeah, so we should jump in. Last time on Twisted Metal. How many episodes are going to be in season 2?
I think
How many weeks do
12
we have?
total.
12. Okay, so we got 9 more, and they come out once a week.
Once a week, but it's 2 episodes per week.
Ooh, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to push. Maybe I can get some AI to build out this website real quick.
There you go.
And Angel's got a server. Thank you, Angel. We'll talk. Nick's server has a lot of people, as you can see, so that may be the place, at least to make the connection. But
Yeah. And like I said, you're more than
I'm
welcome to
thinking-
use it to post your stuff and share your stuff. Yeah, go for it.
Okay, I definitely will. But yeah, I'm thinking the site will stand on its own. I'm gonna host it.
Yeah,
I mean, I've
yeah.
got the space. I got the hosting space. I got it all set up. I just don't do it. Yes, AI.
All
I was,
right.
way back when the AI voice first started, I thought, I should record myself doing the voice and create an AI avatar or whatever you call them, because there are companies that.
Yeah.
I don't know if Sony would. It's funny because when I had that thought,
Mm-hmm.
I noticed in my LinkedIn, a copyright lawyer from Sony had been looking at my profile. I'm like, oh man. If I do
Yeah, it's hard to say if that stuff's
Calypso
copyrighted or
AI,
not.
Yeah. I
'Cause
mean, maybe you're going to get shut down for this interview because there's too much Calypso voice in it. No,
I doubt. I feel like it's one of those things where if you sell maybe as a product, then they would probably take action. If you,
Right.
I don't know, like if you wrote a script as Calypso, recorded your voice as Calypso, you had an artist draw Calypso in like a Twisted Metal fashion, you called it Twisted Metal, and
called
then
the game Twisted Metal 7. And,
yeah, and then you tried
and-
selling it to the public, then for sure I could see Sony having an issue with that.
I think
Yeah.
so. So Sony lawyers, if you're listening today, we're just promoting what's already out there. And going to be
We
out.
want a new game, and you got to call Mel to voice it.
That would be great.
Yes.
Especially Buzz. I wonder what Buzz is up to.
I don't know. I would
Buzz
love
be
to get
getting in
in
the
touch with
groove.
those guys. Yeah, because I didn't know that he was as involved with the voice acting process as much as he was. So that's cool to
Yeah,
know.
he was the main. I mean, like I said, I've talked to David since then, but I didn't really know David back then. I just knew his script.
Yeah. And like you said, to try to get all 3 Calypsos on would be really cool. I'll have to try to figure out if I can get a hold of, I forget his name, who played the original Calypso in TM1. And then I got to
I
figure
would-
out
you
the
know, let
actor
me
for
know.
2012. Yeah.
Yeah. Get those guys. I would
Yeah.
love to talk to them.
Awesome. Yeah. If I get a hold of them or their
But
email
yeah,
or something,
I-
I'll send them your way.
I definitely based it off Twisted Metal 1. Because when I hear him, I go, oh, yeah, that really helped. So
Yeah.
yeah, that must be a drag to have done all that work and it's not even in the game.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, I
The-
wonder what he thought
the
about that,
movies.
His picture's in the game. Like when you beat the game, it's his picture in the background of Calypso. But yeah, his voice is not in there, his acting is not in there. It's just the one picture. Oh, yes, and Head On Calypso. So technically it's 4 Calypsos. I forgot about that. So yeah, and there's also Twist Metal Head On had their own Calypso. So
I got to look at Angel's server because she's just said, yeah, because I guess the server's up in public. I didn't know that. Is
Oh,
there
okay.
anything posted, Angel? Because I should check it out. So it is called that, but yeah, I don't know if it's a benefit to have multiple servers serving similar content.
That's whatever you feel comfortable with. Yeah, if it's a
Yeah,
one-stop shop just to promote the website, I can see the individual server making sense. Um,
right.
Otherwise, in our server, we can always make its own channel too inside there, where it's strictly just for, your show, links to your website, and all that stuff.
Right.
So yeah, it's whatever's easier for
Yeah.
you.
Okay. Yeah. Whatever allows me to only look at Discord for 15 minutes or less.
Right.
Discord hurts my eyes, man.
It's a lot to learn, a lot
It's
to take
like
in. Yeah.
it's like where am I? I just want to talk to that person that I was talking to last week.
Right.
Where are they?
It's very
I don't even
confusing.
remember what server. It's yeah, it's worse than Facebook.
It is
I
in a lot of
run from
ways. Yeah.
Facebook because it's like I can't find anything. I mean, I keep my chat. So if anybody chats, y- yeah, you can chat me direct. Although I'll tell you, email is the best. So
Hmm.
seriouspipes at Gmail, because I don't check into Discord regularly. I don't check into Facebook. I don't check in, but I have to watch Serious Pipes because that's where the voiceover work comes through. So
For sure.
you got me there. You just got to wait behind the 499 other emails off.
And a quick reminder before we end it off here as well is the you have a Cameo account coming soon,
I
hopefully.
do. They've approved it. It just doesn't have a URL yet because I haven't built it out. So if anybody's built out a Cameo and has experience, write me or just send
Yeah.
me a link. I'm sure I can do it or get AI to do it for me. But yeah, I will set up a Cameo. I'll post some of the pre-Cameo, Cameo-like stuff that I've done, which has been a lot of fun creating things for people um, who are big fans. Yeah, in fact, I wonder if Dave made it here. I did a wedding thing for somebody that was really fun. Dave, are you
Well, I
here?
see Muggin dude, he said, I
Muggan,
forgot how I got into
Muggan dude.
contact with you initially for the wedding
Oh,
speech.
there it is. So
Yeah.
Muggan. Oh, yeah. Okay, I've made the connection. Yeah, email's the best. And but yeah, if I get a Cameo, we can start doing it through that so that more and more people find out about it.
Yeah. And
But yeah, it's
I'll
just been
constantly promote it. I'll for free. I'll constantly promote your Cameo because people ask all the
okay.
time, is
Cool.
there a way I can hire him to do stuff? I'm like, yeah. Reach out to his
Yeah,
email.
definitely. I love to do it. So find me however you can,
All right.
and we'll have fun creating something,
Well,
especially in the Twisted Metal 2 vein. If it
yes.
gets too sadistic, I may put a kibosh on it, but nobody's ever done that because they're
Yeah. Nobody wants
fans
to
of the
offend or,
comic.
make you feel uncomfortable. So,
Yeah.
but
So
yeah.
if you want to have a whole Twisted Metal themed wedding, like Muggin Dude 26 did, it's possible.
That's amazing. And Henry, thank you for joining the Vicarious crowd. I appreciate that, man. But yeah, I think that's what we're going to cut it here. Thank you, everybody, for all the
Sounds good.
questions. And of course, round of applause for Mel. Thank you so much for being here and being on the podcast. It's been an honor, truly, to have you here.
Well, thanks, Nick. It's been great to, interact over the years, and really good to be on your show. And I'll try to extend my tolerance for Discord and hang out on the server some. So,
Oh, I know a lot of
so if
people would
anybody,
love that.
yeah, if anybody sees anything on the server that I should know about, do email and say, "Hey, Mel, check out the server today." Maybe even send a link to the exact comment so that I don't spend 15 minutes trying to find it and then go, I don't know where I'm at on Discord.
Oh yes, we can definitely do that. I'll for sure help you out if you ever have questions and that stuff. I don't mind helping people out, and yeah, just thank you so much for spending your time here. We appreciate it.
Cool. You got theme music to write us out?
Right now, just some music playing through Spotify. But if you have something you want to say
there's
before we head
music in
out,
the bag.
yeah, there's
I
music
can
on the
give you some
stream.
music.
Oh, sure, go for it if you want.
Twisted Metal. All right, there's my groove for the day.
That was perfect.
Thanks for making my morning. I'm going to get
Yes.
some nice, cool, foggy air this afternoon. And yeah, feel free to write me, folks. And I will reply whether or not you have a job for me or not. And, happy to do little vanity things. So if you write something cool that you want that voice on, as long as we don't call it Twisted Metal 7 and try to compete with Sony, I'm sure we can do it.
Agreed. Thank you again, my man. And yes, you
one
go.
more thing to pitch. Yeah, because these guys have been great. If you also look up on YouTube, Kooky Trails, there's a dark ride that I sure hope becomes reality. And there is a Calypso-esque character called Jackal Vatcher, although he's even got more British and he sounds a bit like Jean-Luc Picard. But he's quite evil in the same way that Calypso is. So look that up on YouTube, and man, I hope that becomes a real ride. So they've been working really hard. In fact, I thought they might be here. Fantasy Fun Wheel and Max and the animation studio. Max, if you're in the house, what's your animation studio? Anyway, you guys will find it. Kooky Trails on YouTube. Look up Vatcher or Jackal, and you'll hear where the Calypso type voice has gone in 20 years.
We will do. Thank you so much again for being here, Mel. And everybody, have a lovely day. Have a good rest of your weekend. Bye-bye.
See you, man. Bye-bye.